everyone, welcome back to Sean the Dancer Drawer, where today we're going to be drawing a T-Rex skull. So, you definitely know what a T-Rex is, presuming. So, let's start. So we're going to start with the basic head shape, which is quite easy if you've drawn T-Rex a lot, because it's kind of quite easy to see. So if we just keep on doing this, there's a straight line, so that's another easy part. Although that straight line is on a diagonal, so that's going to be a bit tough to get the diagonal right. As you can see, I got it wrong that first time. But after like maybe 1 or 2 tries, you should get it. Okay, now we are going to just add a tiny bump and like make a curved line there. And now we're going to do the jawline. So let's do that. So the jawline is like got a tiny bit wrong. So what the jawline looks like is that it goes up after that. Not that much, not like that, but somewhere around like that. And then it will go up to here, then it will stop and then go like that, basically. And then, yep. Then it curves like that. Now, let's add the cavities quickly. There's the nose cavity. There's an extra cavity. Now, this is the muzzle cavity. This is a bit of a weird cavity because it's got one giant, and I do mean giant, protrusion in it. So it's going to look something like this. Already looking a bit like a T-Rex. Now we're going to add the eye socket. And now finally we're going to add the ear socket. Now we can add the teeth. By the way, if you didn't already know, T-Rex's teeth were around the same size as bananas. So that's going to give you a bit of context on how giant this beast is. So now let's keep on going. We're going to have the bottom jaw here. It's going to kind of curve out like that. And if you didn't know, T-Rex has like a tiny protrusion before going back into like the normal skull. So basically, for most of the T-Rex, it is basically looking just like the skin of like a normal T-Rex, except for a couple of tiny places where it's got some different areas or protrusions, basically. Now there's one tiny part here. That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like that. That's better. And then there's also a tiny bit here. And let's add the teeth here. Now, that's perfect. But I found one small problem. That's kind of an underjaw. An underbite. And we don't want that, so we're just going to curve it out to make it a bit less sharp. Now, we are going to be having, or should I say adding, some more detail. So, let's just go over it in pencil. And now you can add a tiny bit more detail. So now we're going to do the cavities. And in the muzzle cavity, you want to have a tiny break like that. Now, let's go into these sockets or cavities. What we're going to do is that we already know that they're going to be covered in black, so we're just going to color them in. Okay. Now, we are going to continue. So we're going to add the jawline. And I think I made the bottom, well, the lower jaw, a bit too thick. So I'm just going to slim it down. Now we are going to keep on adding the outline. And then there are a couple of bones here. And now we're going to go into the detail. So let's keep on adding. So there are going to be a couple of dots here. And we're going to have some of the occasional lines. So we're also going to add a bit of like lines on there. And we're going to add like the fragments. Not like cracks, but just like where the skull would be shaped in. And after that, we are going to add just some tiny dots. Now these dots make it look a lot better and kind of make it look old. So you can do the dots, but if you don't want to, you can always do it. Try and customize it as much as you want. Okay, so now we're done with the upper jaw. Let's go to the lower jaw. So we're going to first add one tiny line there, and then add some shading, add a tiny line there, and now we're going to add a lot more of these dots. Add some of the fragments, and now add those dots, these dots, and now we are ready for using the pen. So let's do it. So we're going to first start over here and at the top skull, at the top jaw, and go over it with the outline with a pen. We'll do that one too. And we might as well shade too with the pen, but that's going to happen later. So we're going to keep on having the outline. So you can see here I went to the bottom jaw. And now we're going to go back to the top jaw to end it off. And yep, we are done with the outline there. Now we can do the cavities. So we're just going to do the cavities. Now, we are going to go on all over most of this in pen. We'll add a tiny bit of shadow here and there. And let's also add a bit there. And then we're going to add some dots. Now we're going to add some of these dots here on the jawline. And now I think we should be ready just in a couple of more tweaks. Now we can add some shading over here, which we're going to now do in the pencil. We are going to just quickly shade. So, now we're going to keep on shading. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to continue with the pen. So now we're going to go over here onto the bottom jaw. And you can now play around with it a bit to match it to what you want to do. So you don't need to follow the tutorial now. You can just keep on adding to what you want to do, which is sometimes what I do when I sometimes use a tutorial or make tutorials. So we're now going to do the teeth. They're kind of easy. Just outline, and then on maybe a couple of them, add a bit of black on the tip. And now we're going to do these teeth. And now just a tiny bit there. And we are finished. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye!